Welcome back to STL Live. I'm Stacy Static, and my guest here is Beth Fultz. She's the manager of volunteer engagement from CASA of St. Louis. And we're talking about becoming a child advocate, volunteer child advocate.
Yeah.
So we were talking about who is right for the job, who would be the perfect person.
Yes, so our volunteers come from all backgrounds and all different walks of life. We have working professionals, we have some people who are retired. The spectrum is wide in terms of our volunteers. We do ask for a 12-month commitment of about 10 to 12 hours a month working with the child. So anyone who's able to donate that kind of time and commitment is really the perfect volunteer.
Nice.
Our volunteers, because they come from all backgrounds and all walks of life, we recognize that they might not have the professional experience that would prepare them for this, but all of our volunteers go through pre-service training to really help lay that foundational groundwork, and then our staff offers support once they've been assigned to work with the child.
Okay.
So our staff offers that ongoing support. You know, we ask our volunteers to step up for the children, and we certainly want to back them and make them successful in that work.
Has it been a tough challenge for some people when they come on? They don't know what to expect, and then they get into it, they're just like, wow, this is way heavy and emotional. I didn't realize it was going to be like this.
Yeah, certainly what we're dealing with and the children that we work with who have experienced quite a bit of trauma in their life, it can be a difficult thing to work through. But again, we just offer as much support as we possibly can for those volunteers. And our volunteers are very dedicated. Our volunteers are staying with the children for the entire time that they're in care. And I think once they really meet that child and get to know them and build that relationship, the rest kind of comes in a little bit more naturally than they might expect.
Absolutely. So what kind of impact do you think the program has, like on an individual child? Can you tell us a particular incident that you can say that this definitely, had they not had a child advocate, it may have turned out differently for this child?
Yeah, I think especially for our older youth, I've heard lots of stories. I think it's a tendency sometimes to assume that a child might age out of foster care as they get kind of older into their teen years. And we have advocates who work with older youth who really make sure that they have an appropriate permanency plan in place. And so one example would be that we had a child who really wanted to be adopted but was reaching a point where she was aging out of foster care. But her CASA volunteer was able to step up and work with the team and really advocate for her to be placed in an adoptive home. So she was actually adopted about a week before her 18th birthday.
Nice.
So yes, a really good success story. And you know, those stories come in different forms for different age groups, but our CASA volunteers are really able to step in and provide that stability for children of all ages.
That's nice. So I was going to ask you, you said 12 to 15 hours a week?
10 to 12 hours a month about.
Okay.
Again, that can vary a little bit depending on, you know, what's going on with the child and the work needed that month, but that's a good average.
Okay, well that's not bad. I mean, is that talking on the phone, that's in person,
That's all of the above.
Okay.
So our volunteers do visit their child at least once a month in their placement to get to see how they're doing, where they're living. But that other work can be done via phone or email, and of course, attending court and other meetings with team members.
So since you say this is court appointed, right?
Correct.
So they have to be able to have access to the child too. They don't have any problems being able to access the child?
Correct.
Okay.
So once they are assigned a case, the judge actually issues them a court order to be able to access that information.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
And there is a great need for children in the program, and you want to serve as many as you can so they can have a voice. And I think that is really important work. So you get the information. To learn more about the court-appointed special advocate member program, visit stlcasa.org or call 314-615-4594. And you also have an event that's coming up, don't you?
Yes, we have an information session coming up on June 27th, so 2 weeks from today at 5:30 at our Clayton office. It's just a 1-hour session to get to know a little bit more about the experience.
Okay, later in the show we'll have more information about that. So there's more STL Live after this. Stay with us. Thank you so much for coming by.
Great.